Good morning. Welcome to the Jim of All Trades channel. I'm glad you're here. I'm Jim, and we're going to look at Bitcoin today. We're going to look at Litecoin and just give you some technical analysis on these from an Elliott Wave perspective. I am not a financial advisor. I am not here to tell you how to spend your money, but I'm here to tell you how I spend mine. We're looking good. Now I want to make this kind of a quicker video, but we're going to get some price targets for Bitcoin today. I'm thinking pretty much we're topping out. Today's the day, or tomorrow. I can't put a day on it, but it is very, very close. There's been a strong move to the upside this morning. We are nearly at 8,000, but we're not quite there. What you're looking at is the daily chart on Bitcoin. My Elliott wave count, I'm not going to show it to you as far as why I think it is this, but this is basically my Elliott count for now. This is 3, this is 4, and then we're coming up for 5. I believe our target is going to be 8,500, and I believe that's going to be the top. You can see that this large peak right here is here. If this count is correct, that would be a good place. Regardless, I think 8,500, we're going to see a substantial correction. Even if this count is wrong, I do have another potential count where this is a 1 wave followed by a 2, where this whole thing is 3. We're coming down for 4, and then we go up for 5, up to 10,000. So that's another potential count I want you to be aware of. So that would look something like this. Okay, so this peak right here would be the next target, obviously. So if we bust through this $8,000 target, $8,500 target, the next target is right here at roughly $10,000, right on 99.97. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. But right now, my Elliott count is looking like this for now. The only thing I don't like about it is this really short little 4 right there. So we want to keep our eyes open for the other possibility. But we're looking at 8,500 as our next target. It just seems completely there. I want to show you the fib extensions, how they support that notion. If Let me see if we can. My computer's a little lagging right now. There we go. So this is our 4 wave down here. This little thing. Let's get that over here to 3. That little thing is 4, which that's the only thing I don't like about this count. So we're going to keep that an open mind there. But basically, let's throw the fib extensions here from the bottom of 4 to the top of this 3 wave right there, and then come down to 4. We'll project the 5, and you can see how the 618 right here is right here at 8,400. So we're looking at 8,471 is the top of that wave. 8,400 to 8,500. That is going to be our absolute top, is what I'm thinking for this wave before we see a substantial correction this week. Okay, we should be looking for a substantial correction now. Going back to the daily, where should we look for that correction to come down to? Well, generally we're going to be looking for an ABC wave correction, most likely coming down. Here's your first target right there. I'm having a hard time with there we go. There's your first target. Another target might be the bottom of this wave, and then ultimately the last target is down here as well. So this is what we're looking for. We're looking for some kind of ABC shape coming down, like so. Keep in mind that this could come, probably this A wave probably will come a lot deeper. This B wave, something like that. That's probably what we're going to be looking at, and that's going to take several months to play out, possibly. So we'll see what happens there. So we're looking for a correction after this. I do not think we're going higher than 85, but it's a possibility. Now, if this is a 3 wave and we make a smaller correction, we'll probably make an ABC smaller correction down to this level. I don't know what that shape will look like. Something like so, and then in this ballpark here, and then we're heading up for the 5 wave, and we're going to make $10,000 in this first wave, which would be phenomenal. I hope Bitcoin does it. Okay, but man, this whole move has surprised everybody. It surprised me, but I'm excited about it. We're just going to be fluid as traders, and we're going to keep going. This is what we've been waiting for 2 years, so we're excited about it. Okay, so that's where we're headed. There's targets for Bitcoin. Let's look at Litecoin now. Litecoin, I'm going to take my time a little bit to show you a couple of things. First off, we had a breakout this morning. If you noticed, if you remember the triangle lesson that I gave several weeks ago, you could have applied it today. Here's a triangle that was formed, a wedge shape kind of. It broke out of it, retested that line. There's your entry point point right where I have the arrow, and you'd be in a nice trade right now. So what I did is I got out of my trade up here at the I missed out on some of this move here. I got out at 87, right at there. It went up, it came back. I was looking for an entry point. Nothing was clear to me. I was actually looking for price to come down, possibly to retest 80. It did not do that like I thought it would, but it made this wedge instead, and continued up. So when I saw that, that would have been the entry point right there, and it was. And so we entered right back where I got out, and we haven't missed out on anything. And so price is moving up. Now, where can we expect it to go? Let's take yesterday's lesson and apply that, and see if we can build an Elliott count for where we are. Okay. All right. So this is the four wave. We're just going to call it. This is the top of three. This is four. So we're finishing a fifth wave. Okay. So that means we've got a 1, 2, followed by a 3, 4, 5. And so how's that going to look? Let's see if we can build that from that understanding. Now, again, that could be incorrect, but I don't think it to be. But it could certainly be incorrect. But I think we're looking good to have this to being a 1, 2. Like so. 3 is way up here, 4 and 5. Let me get 3 is here, 4 is here, most likely, and that means 5. We're on our way. Now, where's that headed? Where's this 5 wave headed? Well, let's see if we can figure it out. Now, first off, we put our fib extensions here on the 1 wave to the 2, and we have we wicked up here. Okay, so is that a trick? It's really hard to tell. In other words, is that the top of 3, or are we coming up for 3 yet? That's a really tough one. I'm not certain of that answer, because the market makers really make it hard to get a beat on this. They know about Elliott wave, and they know Fibonacci's, and they know what traders looking for, and so they often, while they play around those numbers, they try to conceal what they're doing the best that they can. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking 3 is not finished. We've got to come up here. We're actually finishing the 5th wave of 3. So what I'm thinking here is that this is the 1 wave followed by the 2 wave. The 2 is actually right here. The bottom of 2 is there. So that means that what we're dealing with, let me see if I can show you in a different color. We're dealing with a 1. This is a 2. This is a 3, 4, and we're coming up for the 5th wave of the 3rd wave. Okay, let me change what that looks like. Oh, there we go. Settings. Well, we'll try again here. There we go. Let's just change that to sub minuet there, and let's show the wave. There we go. So that would be the sub count of the 3rd waves. And so if I show the wave here, there we go. So you can see this 3rd wave being made. We're making the 5th wave right here of the 3rd. We may have to come down again. That may not be the case. Okay, again, this may be the 3rd, and we're putting in the 4 right here. Regardless, we know the 3 needs to come up here to the $97 mark roughly. So that's what we're looking. Now, we did have this wave. It came up to like the $95 or the $96 level, so it came just shy of it. So that may be finished. This may be the 4 indeed. So this is a big question mark. So what I'm not going to worry about is whether I have that exactly right. I'm just going to let the market play out. So what am I going to do instead? Well, I'm going to see. I know that the 3 needs to come up here to about the $97 mark, and then the 4. Then the 4 should retrace all of the 3rd, like so, about 32%, which this did come down here. So that's a good candidate for a 4, and that's complete. And so we're going up for 5. And so let's see if we can project the 5 now, the 5th wave. From this 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're gonna get off the screen, please. I gotta get those notifications gone. Yeah, get off. There we go. So we're gonna bottom of 1, top of 1. Oh, excuse me. Let's try that again. we're going to project the 5. So we're going to go top of 3 up here, down to the 4. Yeah, I don't have my extensions on. For whatever reason, when I click, it doesn't do. Okay, here we go. You can notice that the 618 is right here at the 103. It seems a little short for me. It doesn't. It could be right. It's just higher than the last low. Let's look and see if we have structure that's going to help us with what we think might happen. There, I did put this structure line right here at 111. You can see the couple touches right there, 110. So here's what I'm thinking. I don't know this to be fact, but here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we're finishing up the 3 wave. So this is actually 1. This is 2. We're finishing up the 3 wave. We still have a little bit more to go. We're going to come down for 4, and then we're going to finish up for 5. That's a really strong potential right there. Now, whether that plays out perfectly or not, we'll have to wait and see. But I think that's what's happening. We need to come up here and finish this 3 wave. So let's see if that. Let's zoom in and see if this last wave is complete, or if it has a ways to go. It looks short, so let's just zoom in and see what's going on there. So this is what was going on. Get the RSI off there, make some more room. Get this off, make some more room. There we go. I hope that's better for you. All right, so let's put the extensions here. This is the 5th wave now. We're trying to finish the 3. Let's see what that's going to look like. Okay, so we've got the extension here, the 1 to 2. You can see how this came up to the 1618. So that would mean our count is looking something like this, of this wave. 1, 2. The 3 wave is going to be up here. 4. And 5. Okay, so let's now project this 4 by doing the retracement tool. I'm going to get rid of the fibs here. We'll just do the wave 3 right here. Here's the wave 3. We're looking for a target right here. I was about where I have my 4 at the 38.2% retracement. And now let's project the 5 and see what we can get there. We go from the bottom of 1 to the top of 3. To the bottom of 4, where we think that's going to be. We see if we can project the 5 to the 618. We're looking again the top of this wave around $97. So that's about right. That's confluent with our extension over there. So yeah, I think we're finishing up the 5th wave. We're looking at about $97 to $98 as our top of this wave. Then we're going to have I believe we're going to have a correction after that, and then we're going to come up for one more wave. We're going to make that $110 mark. Now that seems hard to get to the way price is moving and the way Bitcoin is moving. So that seems difficult to get to. So I want to keep in mind what that means for us. It could mean it either means that this count is wrong, and this is actually and like I was saying, that this is actually a 3 wave, which is followed by a 4, and then there's going to be another push up, or this 5th wave is just going to be extended a lot higher. Really challenging to understand and see. We're going to have to wait and see. We're going to have to know that we're going to have to really think through on this and make sure that we're not duped here. We want to make sure that our projections aren't blinding us. We want to be ready for a bear scenario as well. So what would be a bear scenario? Well, let's see if we can take a peek. If we don't break this high right here, and this stops and starts coming down, and as this comes down, it breaks this low right here. That means that our count up to this point is incorrect. That this 4 wave wasn't complete, okay, or that this wasn't a 4 at all, but rather something larger in its corrective nature. So we have to be aware of that. We're just going to have to wait and see and let the market play itself out. It is possible. It is always possible. We don't want to get so bullish that we think it's just going to go up and up forever. It is always possible for this thing to fizzle out when you don't think it's going to. They might have a front run on a particular target. In other words, we don't reach. You see a target in mind and you're looking for it, but they don't reach it. That would be a good play for the market makers. because then nobody's expecting it, and then they're going to take money from people that are expecting bigger moves. Okay, so everybody's really bullish right now. This has gone parabolic. When you have moves that are parabolic, then you need to be some um, looking for some ways to exit. Finally, let's look at the RSI and see what it's telling us. Here we have a flat top RSI, but we got price pushing up. That's not quite divergent, but it is divergent to some degree. This last move to the upside is showing some divergence at this point. That divergence can be wiped out with a stronger move to the upside. Remember, if within this time frame, we got about 3 hours on this chart. If price moves higher and stronger, you note that divergence can actually be wiped out. So right now it's looking divergent, looking like it wants to make a correction, and it is stalling right now. But we know what Bitcoin's been doing; it's been pumping lately, so we want to be aware of those things. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. The market's really sketchy right now. It's, again, if you're not in a trade right now, it's really dangerous to get in a trade. This was the last safe place, in my opinion, to get in Litecoin. Bitcoin, man, who knows when your last safe place. I guess this wave right here was your last entry point. Really, these little corrective places. I mean, you could have entered anywhere along those, but it's just so risky. You wouldn't have known at the time price was going to continue going up as it was, and that's just risky. We don't know the future as traders. We just try to project the future based on the past. Okay, I hope that information helps you think about what's going on in Bitcoin and Litecoin. Please trade safely. Leave your comments, leave likes, subscribe, share this content. Let's get it out there. Hey, thanks for helping me build the channel, and I hope this information is good, helping you out. You guys have a fantastic Monday.